Hello and welcome to the first lesson of this course. If you're just starting out in the field of web design, you should know what it's all about. First of all, design is the process of arranging and visually implementing ideas based on certain principles. Web design is a similar process of creation, however, the medium of presentation is the internet. In other words, as a web designer, you're building websites and web pages which the viewers can see using a browser. Now, building a website is an easy task. Building a good website, however, is slightly more difficult. You need to consider quite a few things when designing and developing for web, like typography, color theory, and accessibility, to name a few. Don't worry though, these, just like any skills in this world, can be perfected with lots of practice. So if you're gonna be a web designer, you need to have at least a basic understanding of what you'll be creating. Next up, I'll show you a simple website and break it down into smaller parts. I'm talking about the Envato website, since it's quite simple but quite effective. On the top, you will find a very common element in web design. It's the header. This almost always contains the logo and the navigation, which you can use to go through different pages. Next is the banner. Usually, this is an area that showcases someone's work, displays recent offers or promotions on e-commerce websites, for example, or in this case, offers a general description of what that website is all about. So in this case, there is a small description of the Envato ecosystem along with a quote on the right side. This type of quote goes by the name of testimonial. Next, there's an element called a slider. This gives you the option to scroll through various blocks of information without occupying lots of vertical space. Further down, you can find more testimonials grouped in 3 columns. Now, each section on this page starts with a heading. This is a heading, this is a heading, and this is a heading. A heading is the main title of that section. And as you can see, it's very prominent and lets you know what that section is all about. Finally, there's the footer. It's this right here. This is another element that's present in almost all websites nowadays. The footer should contain information that's not particularly related to the section above it, but it's relevant to the whole website. In this case, it contains a smaller logo and a bunch of links to the various pages, links that are organized in 4 columns. As for pages, these will vary from website to website, but almost always you'll find an About page and a Contact page. The first one offers some information about the individual or the company behind the website, while the second one offers some contact details, address, phone number, email, and so on. Now, Envato doesn't have one here, but usually the contact pages also have a contact form, which users will fill in to send a message. So now that you have a very basic understanding of a site structure, I want to give you a brief history lesson on the evolution of web. So stay tuned.